Pleased to be joined now for the post-game interview by Silverbacks assistant coach Carter Cochrane. Carter, following a 4-1 loss for you guys against the Vernon Vipers tonight. First off, the first period, it was 0-0 after one, but they had outshot you 15-5. Just want to talk or ask you about that first period of play where it was 0-0 after 20, but you guys weren't quite able to get enough momentum going, it seemed. How did you view the first 20 minutes of play?
Yeah, it was an interesting start to the period. Obviously, starting the game with short-handed and doing the penalty kill is always not something you're expecting. And I thought the PK did a good job in both instances. I mean, having to kill off 2 in the first 10 minutes led to the shot total being, at that TV timeout, it's 10-3 already. So I gave our guys credit for, not falling into that trap of feeling like they're carrying the play and changing our game. We were able to maintain our structure and be able to it ended up just being kind of a feeling out process between the two teams, both very structured, and we knew that going into it. It's just, as we saw last weekend, when you're the home team and you're able to jump on a team, it can change the complexion of a game, and we weren't able to do that tonight, nor build any sustainable momentum from it either.
Yeah, so just take me through maybe the second period as well. Obviously, you get on the board first, but then they do strike 3 times. So you talk about not able to get momentum. What was it really from you guys or maybe from them that kind of allowed them to take control of the game?
Yeah, I think when you are in those structured environments and you're playing that way, there's not a lot of end-to-end chances where it's back and forth. And even as a player, you're sitting there and you're watching and you're thinking, okay, it's not like you're going to get a chance every shift, or you're just waiting for one team to kind of break mentally and make those little mistakes. And we had our chances early in that period. Their goalie makes a great save on Philippe Jacques early in the second period. We're able to generate that first goal, and then after that, that's where you have to be able to take that momentum and run with it. So in those games, you see the kind of momentum swings and waves, and a lot of the time it comes down to who can generate the most when they have that momentum. And the TV timeout kind of reset the second period there for us, and they were able to come out and they came out hard, and they knew that they were kind of behind in the game. We had generated the momentum, and off their pushback, they capitalized more. So I think it's a learning lesson for us to kind of see those mental mistakes and know that in these structured games where there's not a lot being given up, it really just comes down to who's going to be the most mentally strong and be able to limit those chances against.
Now, one thing that was talked about in the pregame as well with Tyler Shattuck was trying to get to the middle of the ice, and it's something that you said you guys weren't quite able to do tonight. First off, how hard is it to do that against a team like Vernon, and what maybe needs to change to get to the middle more often than you were able to tonight?
Yeah, it's difficult against a team like Vernon, difficult in general. I think they've got some big D, they've got some strong defensive players who make it difficult to get to the net, but also you kind of get lulled into that false sense of security when we do have our own zone play and we're cycling the puck below the goal line, and we don't want to force things to the middle, but we do need people there. So when we do get those opportunities to throw pucks on net, we want to make it difficult on them to clear those second chance opportunities, and I think that defensively they made us work a lot harder than we made them work. So in the times that we were spending in our defensive zone, our D are coming off the ice, and they were battling at the net front. They had guys there, and I just felt like that we weren't able to really generate that kind of traffic in front of the net that can lead to those second chance opportunities. And I mean, a perfect example of that is that third period sequence in the last 10 minutes there where Drew Bennett does a great job taking that puck to the net. Philippe Jacques get that second chance opportunity. Lucas Mata, they're all around the net, and even though we're the one with the puck, there's a Vernon player on the defensive side between us and the net at all times in that sequence. And you saw with their third period goal, virtually the only chance they really generated, we get a little bit lax in front of our net, and next thing you know, they got 2 guys alone at the net front. They're able to bang that home. So it's just about finding ways to get to the net, and it's a lot about work and deception. You saw that on the Carpendale goal there. He's driving the net, he gives a little shimmy to LeMay, who bites on it, and he's able to create that separation that allows him to get a stick on a puck in front. So it's a difficult thing to do, but one that we're going to have to learn if we want to be able to be successful against these guys and honestly against any good defensive team.
Lastly here, going into tomorrow, a quick start obviously last weekend was key against Penticton. We talked about the first period here tonight. What do you guys need to do to make sure you can get a quick start tomorrow, and maybe how important will a quick start be heading into Cal Tire Place?
Yeah, it's obviously going to be extremely important. I think that's a very difficult rink to win in. I think for us tomorrow, it's going to come down to if we can match our engagement physically as well as mentally. So today I thought we were mentally engaged. We were committed to our structure of playing a certain way, but physically I think we were a step behind them throughout the game. So if we're able to play under control, that controlled aggression where you understand where you're supposed to be and what you have to do, but we just have to do a better job of winning foot races, battles, things like that. I think the good example of that is just the second guy into puck battles. So I thought that we were a step behind at all times, both offensively and defensively, of activating our second guy into battles. And we don't have the numbers in front of us right now, but I'd like to think that they were probably 60-65% in terms of battles won today. So we need to just match ourselves in terms of mental and physical engagement, and be ready to jump on those guys early tomorrow.
Thanks so much for your time. We'll see you then.